Hi, everyone. Judge Andrew Napolitano here for Judging Freedom. Today is Wednesday, August 17, 2022. It's about 2:25 in the afternoon here on the East Coast of the United States. Yesterday, in federal court in New York City, American lawyers for Julian Assange, in my view, a true American and international hero for exposing via quite proper media channels the killings and mocking of the killings by the military and the CIA and the George W. Bush administration, and who was incarcerated and who is incarcerated in a prison in London in order to be extradited to the United States, and who was living voluntarily in the Ecuadorian embassy in London, where the U.S. authorities couldn't reach him. Lawyers for Julian Assange filed a lawsuit in federal court in New York City against former CIA Director Mike Pompeo, the CIA itself, in something called Undercover Global SL. Well, what happened? Assange's American lawyers traveled to London to meet with him. When they arrived at the Ecuadorian embassy, they were told to surrender their mobile devices, which they did. The Ecuadorian embassy had engaged a company called Undercover Global SL to provide additional security for the embassy, security beyond what Ecuadorian law enforcement and intelligence operators were providing. While these American lawyers were in the basement of the Ecuadorian embassy visiting with their client, they claim in this lawsuit this undercover global SL, to whom they had surrendered their mobile phones, downloaded the contents of the phones and sent it to the CIA. It is also claimed that former CIA director, former Secretary of State, in full disclosure, a friend of mine, Mike Pompeo, ordered this. If he did, it is a profound violation of the Fourth Amendment. It's an utter violation of the Fourth Amendment for the CIA to spy on Americans. First of all, the CIA charter prohibits the CIA from spying on Americans in the United States. And the Fourth Amendment prohibits the CIA from spying on Americans anywhere. I would argue the Fourth Amendment protects everybody, even non-Americans, because it protects persons. If Madison and Company, James Madison and Company, wanted to limit the Fourth Amendment to Americans, it would have said Americans, but it doesn't. It says persons. All persons shall be entitled to security in their persons, houses, papers, and effects. Obviously, the computer chip in here is an effect. Obviously, Justice Brett Kavanaugh notwithstanding, you can't get in here, according to the courts, according to the Supreme Court, without a search warrant. Obviously, they had no search warrant. Now, this happened 5 years ago. Why the lawsuit yesterday? They probably just learned about it in the past week or so. Is it too late to sue the government for this? Absolutely not. What the CIA did, if this is true, and they haven't responded yet, and they haven't denied it, and in fairness to them, it's not timed yet for them to respond or deny. They have 30 days. What the CIA did to them, if this is true, is reprehensible, is a direct violation of the Fourth Amendment. The agents should be prosecuted, as well as the CIA held to a very high standard and to pay a lot of damages to these American lawyers. While we're at this, Julian Assange has one appeal remaining to prevent him from being extradited against his will to the United States. If he is extradited here, he will be charged under the Espionage Act. Gee, does that sound familiar? He will be charged with, among others, the very same charges that the Department of Justice is contemplating bringing against former President Donald Trump. What did former President Trump say about Julian Assange? That he should be executed for his violation of the Espionage Act. More to come as we have it. Judge Napolitano for Judging Freedom.